this whole notion that the teacher has it figured out is just a lie and a scam and a misconception. And, I've adopted these spiritual practices in my life to ultimately mask the pain that I feel on a daily basis. And I know that pain is rooted in a misalignment or an unalignment in the truth. And I know that it's fear manipulating me, and I know that ultimately the divine is the answer, and that everything will work out in its favor. And I know I've been led astray. It's so funny though. It's such an odd dichotomy in life. I've tried so fucking hard, overly extending myself, giving so much, because I thought that one day it would just, like, the answers would come to me. And I just realize now that that's rooted in fear itself. This strategic give to make people give back is rooted in fear. And I know that giving with love is the ultimate answer, with no expectation. And yeah, it was so easy for me. It's just ultimately always having to face your demons and slay your own dragon. And I thought that I could outsource that. I thought that I could just run around and not face these things. And I've tried so hard to manipulate this reality to feel whole. And I know I'm whole. I'm whole as is. And I don't really know how to even explain this. This story is, it sounds so stupid. And it is stupid. And but my heart is broken. And it literally feels like a death. And it kind of is. And it's like this I've tried to manipulate this thing, and ultimately what it stems from is I suspect the love that I didn't receive as a child I have so longed for, and my whole dynamic in life has been, well, I'm not worthy of that, and I'm not worthy of that love. And I long for that, just that unconditional, that safety, that childlike love and safety. And I have compassion, forgiveness for, my parents and, my grandparents, because I know that they've just faced the same thing. And it's selfish to judge another, or to be a victim. And ultimately, my whole dynamic was buying my first real estate property was ultimately to solve problems, and I'm grateful I did, but it still didn't mask what was inherent within me, the lack. And I thought the dynamic would be different with maybe my mom or my siblings or the people around me. I thought I would have more, I don't know, but ultimately I still never felt enough. The insecurities were still facing me, the triggers were still there. And I went to Costa Rica, and that dynamic was fully me. And I was just in this state of divine essence. And I connected with this person, and I didn't say it till recently because she said it to me. But yeah, we fell in love during that time. And to preface anything, I'm sure she's gonna see this at some point. I see her perspective, and I have understanding and compassion for that. And I know in my divine state, like, love is the answer, and I forgive her, and I will cherish that time. But yeah, she gave me something that I never had, and she said it too to me yesterday. Like, it seems as though it was just something that I was lacking, and it could have been any person, and surely it could have been. I don't neglect that, but yeah, it's just like this dynamic. Then we leave. We're not close to each other. We leave after that time, and surely I've tried to overly manipulate things and keep the connection alive, and but like, I've been living a lie for the past year, like, just thinking that it would work, thinking, and trying so hard to make it work, giving more of my heart, giving more physical things, tangible, like, and it just realized, like, giving is not the answer. Giving does not equate to desire. And again, I understand it's my own battle. This is my own battle. This has nothing to do with her. I know that. But, and who am I to say? Like, you know, people that have been more connected and lost each other, like, they face things a lot harder. So, this is just subjective to my own experience. But, you know, I've never had a girlfriend, and I never, I was always insecure about that, and I never thought I would. But we became partners in that moment. Although it was a short period of time, we kept the connection, and there was this lingering, like it's still there, and then it just disappeared. And I had never, like, it's crazy even thinking, like, right now with my family, I'm so grateful for them, but they do not even know who I am. Like, they don't even know the true me, because I'm so guarded in fear around them. Just this inherent lack. I believe that I'm not where I should, like, where I am, or want to be with my business, or have the outward success to act the way that I want, and be the man that I want. And yeah, and I know this is the journey too. I know, just like pouring everything into my business, taking every risk, and the loneliness. I know that, and I know this is just another lesson, and it feels good even just saying this. And just so, like, I know. Then again, I don't know. That's the thing too. It's like, you know, part of, like, my outward projection of who I am is this person who has it figured out and has the I just don't know shit. I don't know shit. And, like, it just feels like this beacon of light, like, in this dark time when I'm, like, faced with my triggers, dialing in my business, facing the things that I need to face. In this moment, it's just like she was just this beacon of light for me, this beacon of hope. And it's just like, yeah, it's just done. And it's like, you know, this whole thing of just, like, this proving and I just realize now, it's like, I know that I'm whole as is, and I know I'm worthy. But, you know, it's like, it's like, you know, when do you know to open your heart? You know? It's like, surely I got too attached. I understand that. But, like, it was, I don't regret that time, and I'm grateful for it. But even filming this, it's so, like, I still don't want to let it go. But I just know that I have to. And that's just scary. Because it's like, it took me so much, even going to a different country, even shifting my dynamic so much to, like, feel secure enough to be my full self. And I know that's another mental battle that I need to face, and I know I'm worthy. And I know this is where I need to be. And, you know, it's just, yeah, it's like, when do you open your heart? Is it like you literally, yeah, it's like, did I open it up too much? But then it's like, no, the connection was so fluid in the time, and then it just like, and it was just done. It's like there was no even really trying for it, and it was very confusing for me. But I know it had its place, and I'll always have love for her. You know, it's just like, can we be friends? I don't think so. Then again, I don't know. Maybe when I'm healed more. But like, yeah, I guess when I just felt something that like aligned fully with the life that I want, I put all my energy into just trying to create that and hold on to that, because it was worth it, because like it was so good, and that was the dynamic I was searching for. It's just confusing to me a little bit. And then it's even this mental game that like I trick myself into playing, which is like continuing to chain me. It's like, if I'm more vulnerable, if this person sees this, then maybe she'll change her mind. Or even like the notion of saying, if I let go, you know, even saying that, and who knows, God might bring things back together. But it's like, still, that's chaining me. And it's like, I literally need to accept that like the best thing that ever happened to me, I'm potentially never going to see again, or never experience that with her again. And that is just the hardest pill to swallow. Yo fam, just wanted to hop on here real quick and recap that video I filmed yesterday. Surely it was a little emotionally charged, and but I guess I just wanted it to be a testament to like, I'm still figuring it out, and that's okay. And I know that ultimately my most divine self knows that there are lessons in this turmoil, and ultimately I needed to go through it. I needed to go through that to understand these new mental patterns and understand how to navigate this in the future, and ultimately just bringing me to the end all always being lesson of letting go with love, and realizing that lack of give overly, and me even holding on is just, that's the ultimate root. And it again goes back to like the principles that have changed my life, but also it's the physical practice and physical healing and awareness of implementing these thought patterns and healing instead of holding on. And the awareness is what bridges that gap to then being able to take action to physically change. But surely I'm just feeling the hurt, and you know, I'm gonna heal from it, and ultimately, like, you know, love and being hurt is better than no love. And ultimately, like, I learned so much, and even though there's still like that anger, still healing from it, it's like I am grateful for that experience, for that person. And she did give me something I had never experienced. So, you know, it's my divine right to respect and love that. But anyways, I'm still figuring it out, guys. And maybe we don't need to figure it all out. Maybe we're not supposed to have it figured out. Maybe it's just realizing that I'm already worthy and always was. And I've just been playing the mental rat race. And I've just been believing this lie. And that's okay, because I needed to believe it. But anyways, just wanted to share my experience. Thanks, guys. Peace. Yo, fam. Another quick update. It's been a few days since kind of the whole separation, I guess. And it's funny, I wanted to say this too in a more grounded state. Some lessons that I've been reflecting on and that might help somebody in similar shoes. And it was funny when our time was when we were together, it felt so aligned, so I wanted to hold on to that. And you know, I guess I was like fishing for this energy from her to like fight for it. And I was my most like, not divine self, because if I was my most divine self, I probably would have let go earlier in a more healthy way. But I kept like not indulging it and not even doing things that she asked or anything like that, but just like being my full self, like, and overly extending myself to try to because I was fearful of losing that dynamic. And the unhealed part of me wants to go deeper, wants to get more explanations, wants to make this person feel what I had felt or the pain. But I just want to let you know that none of that's going to change anything. So ultimately, it is always going to be you letting go fully with love and fully detaching from this idea of holding on to it. And the funny thing is too, and don't let yourself fall for this mental chain, but the funny thing is too, the only way that somebody could change their frequency or their thought process based on how they feel about you is if you fully detach. But also that's a mental chain too, because you have to realize if you're doing that to still get something or an arouse out of somebody. But it's ultimately like space, like, and I realized that just being a person who values my time and who I am, like just overextending yourself is like just pushing and just not giving any space for clarity. It's like, why would somebody miss you if they have full access to you? And again, not even saying this because ultimately that's a chain, but and me detaching fully from this idea. And it's hard too. It's like, for me personally, I think, you know, us guys have it a little harder because our options aren't as much, and we have to work a little bit harder, in my opinion, and we have to be a little bit better. And I am very selective with the type of person that I want in my life, and that was the hard thing, because during our time, she clicked all the boxes, but surely I neglected recognizing the disconnect, the resistance. And I just watched a video, actually. This is perfectly dictates like a thought process that I'm going through. Is like, you can be sad that you lost someone, but you cannot grieve that you lost the one. Because the one wouldn't put you through that. The one at some point will make it known and we'll make mutual effort. And that's what I neglected. Not in a bad way. I needed to learn all this stuff. And my divine essence is grateful for this experience. But just realizing the only option for me is to heal in this moment. And it's funny too, like those mental patterns where like during the day, you create these patterns to like, if this person's ingrained in your dynamic. And it's funny too, because like I created all this in my mind essentially. And that's another thing too, out of fear. And it's like getting back to like me bringing my business to the next level. Like this needed to happen so I can dial in. And me becoming my best self and creating the dynamic where I can be fluid and care for the person fully that I want to care for, I need to accept myself fully and be in a state of presence, and that'll attract the right person. And you're never going to make somebody realize something by overly explaining, by proving, by trying overly, by the only answer is detaching with love. And that's hard too when it's a little different for us. It was funny. I remember her saying too, like, oh, I don't want to, I'm not saying that you need to leave, or don't want to support you. It's like I created these patterns in my life to create this certain life. And it's like, for me to heal though, I have to, you gotta take those strides to just distance and lessen the exposure, however that is, so I can physically get in a state where I have no expectation of that or this person, not in a bad way. And I want to preface too, this person, and I'm still wrestling with healing the anger, the hurt. But this person has given me the utmost respect. Surely not meeting me where I wanted to be met, but we never explicitly said that she was going to meet me there. And I kept holding on, and I understand that. And as far as like the words exchanged and the defined intention behind potentially her fear, she's given me the utmost respect, and always had good intentions. And this is my own journey. And I just wanted to share that, guys. Like, you have everything that you need. You're learning everything that you need to be learning. And use this awareness and this pain to become a better version of yourself. Learn for the next thing, the next person. And guys, you are worthy. So don't let anybody make you think otherwise. And there's no need to latch on, because this latching on is thinking that you're whole with another person, but ultimately you're whole as is. And you being whole as is and letting go with love and carrying your own energy without fear is what's going to bring the right person into your life. And ultimately going to keep cohesive relationships at a dynamic that they're meant to be kept at. And God, divine, the universe will then guide what's right or wrong at that point, because you're not overly manipulating things. So who knows what's going to happen in my life with my relationships. And I just know that, and I'm realizing now after this, everything is like, I am whole as is right now, and just being whole. And that's it. Thank you, guys. And just remember that the goal is not to win or lose or make anybody realize anything. It's to not care either way. That's the end goal, is to do what you want and not care about what anybody thinks, does, says, or believes.